People on the internet are angry.
Oh wow, must be a day that ends with Y.
But yes, people on the internet are angry over what is happening with Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is not being brought back to voice Iron Man in the MCU. Instead, they recast him and they're retelling his origin story. Something we've known for about a year and a half. So why are we angry now? So from what I gather just by looking at the reaction for Marvel's What If is that people are really excited. Unless you're Iron Man stans or for some reason you missed the announcement where they said that most of the cast would return to voice their characters, but not all. Robert Downey Jr. was one of the but not all when they displayed about 20 actors returning to voice their characters, and Robert Downey Jr. wasn't among them. But I guess people hoped that this was being kept secret, or something along those lines, but I think we all just kind of knew. Maybe some people were holding out hope that they could work this out and get him to record the voice, but again, that's not happening. And if you watch that trailer, you can quite clearly tell it's not Robert Downey Jr. And yes, they are redoing Iron Man's origin story and his, I guess, impact on the MCU and the multiverse, so that's causing more anger as well. What these people are failing to notice is that literally everything in What If is a new origin and a different take. That's literally what If is. That's it. I think this is more of an instance of a bubbled fan base is very angry because they asked for years for development of characters and deaths and consequences. And now that Iron Man has died, they didn't want him to die. They wanted consequences that don't impact their character directly. And now they're just angry that Robert Downey Jr. is not brought back as Iron Man because they want more of him as Iron Man instead of whoever else is going to do it. That's just my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing. But that's just how I'm seeing it. Again, I have no problem with this. It's the multiverse. It's What If. Again, that's the whole concept of this thing. What if other characters and what if other scenarios happened? I mean, that's kind of what you have to go into this expecting because that's exactly what the comics are. If it was the same thing, then what's the point? Just watch the same movie on repeat if you want the same actors and same versions of the characters. Robert Downey Jr. clearly is busy. He couldn't commit to voice acting, so they had to replace him. It's not Marvel Studios' fault. It's, him not wanting to do it, so they took the next best route. Get somebody that's doing an Iron Man, and they got a new Iron Man. So yeah, they recast him. Who cares?